This episode of the Rogue Deck Builder is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, the #1 source for games and gaming accessories, and by GatheringMagic.com, the #1 source for Magic the Gathering news and articles. Hi there, it's Kevin with Gathering Magic and RogueDeckbuilder.com here with another episode of the Rogue Deck Builder. This is going to be just in a two-man queue with Dredge. Yes, we'd like to play first, and yes, we'd like to mulligan first. Can't keep a one-land hand, and this is also not a very good hand. I am going to keep it, though, as I just need a green source, and I'm pretty decent. We're going to allow myself to naturally draw into a green source next turn, or then scry into with Temple. So I'm going to go ahead and just go with first turn Deathrite Shaman. A first turn Thoughtseize. His Thoughtseize does not hurt us whatsoever here. He should take the Grizzly Salvage, but at this point I can't even cast the Grizzly Salvage. And the 2 damage plus something I exile is very pertinent. We will Temple here and put that on top. Awesome. And this allows us to exile the Thoughtseize to do another 2 damage. Pack Rat could come out here and be an issue. So we get the rematch versus the Monoblack. Unfortunately, it's a mulligan rematch versus the Monoblack. No turn 2 play, which will allow us to get rid of that Thoughtseize. So he's down to a 16. If a Nightveil Spectre comes out here, bit of an issue? Yeah, it would be. But it looks like he's going to have the Desecration Demon hand. Temple. There we have all the sources we need, so not too shabby. And at this point, though, I'm not sure I like the Nemesis Immortals. But I don't want another land. But it gets us closer to what we need, so I'm going to put it on the bottom. Probably should have tagged a Death right there. Gone for 1 more damage. So I'm pretty sure Desecration Demon comes out here. And he missed his land drop? He did. A little bit of luck on our part. There's another Deathrite Shaman. I don't believe at this point it's worth it to just jam one out here. We will just chuck out a Jared. And attacking the Deathrite Shaman, and probably cast another Deathrite Shaman other than that is running into a Bile Blight. Is it? Do we care? I don't think I care. Here's Downfall on the Jared. Okay, that's fine. $13 it is. I am going to cast the second Deathrite Shaman. We are becoming a little bit barren. But we can get Jared back, which at 13 is a bit of a pickle for him. There's his Desecration Demon. No, he'd not like to sacrifice a creature. Let's Temple here and see what we find. Goreclan Rampager, I'm definitely okay with that, as we can actually cast our lovely Nemesis Immortals. Which he's going to have to use removal for. Erebos. So we just tap down his Desecration Demon and he loses next turn? Alrighty. Sounds like a plan to me. Can we do... No, can we do enough? Don't believe I can. 5, 6. We do 6. 7. We do 10. We do 9, 10, 11. Untap with a Deathrite Shaman? Oh, I could have killed the Deathrite Shaman there to Monstrous. But we'll just go ahead and do this. So he's down to 4. And we do have an exile target. And Erebos can't do much here. See if it is pack rats. Looks like another Desecration Demon. Erebos is active now, too. Definitely want to exile this year's downfall. What does he leave back? Is the question. And does it matter? Well, we can top deck into so many things here. I do not sacrifice for the Desecration Demon. Yeah, he can't attack in with either with this Desecration Demon at all. Yeah, he can't do anything. And I am in indefinite top deck mode. Land isn't top deck mode, especially an untapped land. Oh, you. Magic. We'll temple here, though. Put that on the bottom. The good news is I can Jared here, but again, I can't then sacrifice Jared. No lands, no sorceries, but at least we can threaten the Jared, which is definitely what I want to do. Oh, no, now I've got the land. I've got the land now, because I sacked it. All right, sweet. So, good thing I noticed that, because now I can just cast Jared, and that is game. As this will be able to sacrifice the Nemesis Immortals. Hey, look at that. He just did 2 damage to himself with the Erebos. Yeah, you can't even activate it. Quit trying to cheat. For green, black, sacrifice a creature to do 5 damage to each opponent, equaling the creature's power. So -3 would be my opponent. And now against him, I am going to bring in the Needles. I am going to bring in the Domri, and I'm going to bring in the Abrupt Decays. Everything else, I don't think I need the Golgari Charms. Again, it is an answer to the Underworld Connections and against the Pack Rat. But the right line of play is just leave 1 Nemesis Immortals out, and I usually take out 2 Gorklan Rampagers. No, the Shadowborn Demons, that's what I take out, as they are pretty bad. And nothing else needs to come in. Underworld Cerberus, I do not believe needs to come in. Well, I'm going to actually try him. Just completely over the Nemesis Immortals and 1 more Gorklan Rampager. See how they work. A lot of times you give your opponent back a lot of stuff, but a 6/6 for 5 can put him on quite the clock, which has evasion, crazy evasion. And if he does decide to blow up my Underworld Cerberus, a lot of times I'll get back a lot of stuff I've dredged into. So again, I don't know how well these work against Monoblack. I haven't had enough experience using them against them. This I'm going to definitely just force Deathrite Shaman. This is a very good hand. Is not susceptible to a Thoughtseize whatsoever. In fact, I'd appreciate if he Thoughtseized me here, because then I could know what, depending on what he does here, what he'd get out of my hand, exactly my line of play. I mean, what would you take here for first turn Thoughtseize? I mean, of course, depending on your hand, if you have a Pack Rat, you take the Abrupt Decay. But yeah, so now he's got 4 cards left in hand. If he's got a Pack Rat, he's going to take the Abrupt Decay. If he doesn't have a Pack Rat, he can take the Deathrite Shaman and take out my first turn. If he's got just a bunch of clunky removal, he might take this Reaper of Wilds. He's got the Pack Rat. Okay, that's nice to know. So we need to find some anti-pack rat stuff. Deathrite Shaman number 2, we'll definitely put him on a clock, especially when we have Dose in the graveyard. And we have ways that we can actually block the pack rats. And I can still draw into the pity. Oh, he does not have a pack rat. Cool, cool, cool. So I'm going to go ahead. Satyr Wayfinder here. Find a, hopefully a black mana source. No, we do not have a black mana source, but we get the Jared in the graveyard, which is cool. And another land. So again, I'll just attack in with Mr. Deathrite Shaman. Put him down to a 17. And so now I'm thinking that he has a Nihil Spectre here. He does not. So he is getting a little bit unlucky with the missing land drops. Before I play the Temple, I'm going to Satyr Wayfinder. And there we go. Perfect. We find that black source. And I'm actually going to keep that one as well. I do want to hit another land drop next turn. And again, I do believe that rather than exiling and putting out another Deathrite Shaman to run into a Bile Blight, we're just going to get in here for 2 damage. So Mutavault plus a Lifebane Zombie, Underworld Connections. Okay, this should be game. I don't think that he's not going to be able to activate those Underworld Connections very well. Well, I shouldn't pre-say game here because, okay, maybe now, because we get to put out a very, very problematic card for him, which is going to be the Underworld Cerberus. And again for 2. So if he kills off, I get another Underworld Cerberus back at Jared, a lot of troll. I get 4 cards back if he kills the Cerberus. And he's down to 13. I mean, Thoughtseize, even Underworld Connections activations are all putting him in a pretty scary position. I got a Flesh Blood next turn as well. Or a Blood. I mean, I can actually flesh onto the Underworld Cerberus and actually go in for the kill, depending on what he does. Like, if he just drops a Desecration Demon here, he just dies. If he drops an Nihil Spectre here, he dies. If he drops anything but... If he leaves all his mana untapped, I know he's killing the Cerberus. And let's get in there for another 2 damage and leave up this Deathrite Shaman to just keep pinging him down. So again, this is going to be very, very hard for him to come back from. Yeah, what do you do here? If it's Desecration... Oh, another one, Underworld Connections. That would be game. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to scavenge the Flesh Blood onto the Cerberus. So, yeah, this allows us to even shock ourselves. We are going to... Oh, I don't even need to scavenge. I'm going to Flesh Blood him. But we'll just use the scavenge. He's tapped out. Apparently it doesn't want to let me use Flesh. Blood. Here. And swing in. And that's a wrap. Alrighty, not bad. This deck is performing quite well. This has been Kevin with Gathering Magic and Roguedeckbuilder.com. Thanks for watching.